Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well. I thought that we might have a Ukraine number 2 in Georgia. But no, it seems like we might have more than Ukraine number 2 in Venezuela. Matilda, Matilda. Remember that song, Harry Belafonte? Matilda, she took my money and ran Venezuela. Hey, once again, and what's happening? Mr. Maduro requests military aid from Russia, China, and Iran. So, 3. What did I tell you about 2 days ago? That's exactly what's going to happen. We have 2 clubs, the Al Capone's plantation and the other guys. And the other guys seem to me a little bit more civilized in how they deal with one another versus this master, your life burns faster. Remember Metallica song? Okay, master of puppets. The same we have here. We have a master of puppets. That's all. So Venezuela seeking military aid from Russia, China, and Iran. I think they should talk to the North Koreans, but I think their boat doesn't work. I think it needs some repair to get across the Pacific Ocean. But hey, what do I know? And very interestingly enough, we have, if you remember, a green beret, okay? One that protects us and defends us, who orchestrated a failed coup in Venezuela, surprise, surprise, in 2020. And he is missing. Why? Because supposedly the Americans want to smacking around for that failed coup. Not because he tried. I think because he failed. We're going to discuss that one. I have a picture of this green beret. And very interestingly enough, he was a movie director of something. Unbelievable. And he used to live in a $2 million apartment in New York City. All right, I will disclose all that for ya. All right, so let's start with the first one, which is Mr. Maduro. And I'm going to show you the map where Maduro lives and where all the drugs in the world come from. And the world's biggest oil reserve also lays in Orinoco. Was it Orinoco? Orinoco Flow? Remember that one? All right, I think Delta. Is that? All right, I don't know. We'll find out. Russia Today. 1st of November 2025. Venezuela seeking military aid from Russia, China, and Iran. Caracas has reportedly asked for missiles, drones, radars, and aircraft repairs amid tensions with the US. Now, what I would do, unfortunately, I think I would say, can you send me about 2,000 Chinese, about 2,000 Russians, and about 2,000 Iranians or Iranians? That's what I would do. Armed to the teeth, bring them on. Why? Because if these guys are going to strike, then you're going to have a problem. We are an independent, sovereign country that you will strike inside. And if you kill these guys, then you're going to be a declaration of war because they are legally being in my country that you attack illegally. So let's read further. Venezuela has requested assistance from Russia, China, and Iran to strengthen its defense amid the ongoing standoff with the US, Washington Post claimed on Friday. No, I will not ask for, defense, to strengthen my defense. No, I will ask for offense. I will say, no, boy, I'm going to counter you. I'm not rooting for the Venezuelans or anything like that, but I can't root for the guys who actually are not on my side, which is the, you know who I mean? All right. So I would go more than that. Remember, when someone tries to hurt you, verbally or physically, you don't stay within the frame they set. You create a new frame. You know what I mean? If someone says, oh, you're a bad dude, you don't try to say, oh, no, I'm not a bad dude. That's their frame they set for you. You say, no, your mom is ugly, fat, and stupid. Your mom. You change the whole thing. You are on definitely offensive knockout mode. And he's going to be like, he's going to go in your frame. And when he tries to defend that frame, you jump to his father and maybe to his deceased relatives or whomever. You go deep and hard and mean and nasty. I've been called mean and nasty. Can you imagine that? By a woman, man. Mean and nasty. Me. All right, so you go mean and nasty fool, man, and don't accept their premises. Avoid it. You say, that's below me. I will show you. Remember that movie? What's the name of it? With Russell Crowe. I can't remember the name of it. I would give Russell Crowe an Oscar for that. Not for the Gladiator. Fantastic movie, Gladiator. I liked it, even though it was very politically correct and impossible. But nevertheless, forget about that one. Remember when he's with his truck, pickup truck, and he said, Miss, you're having a bad day. I'm going to show you what a bad day is, miss. Now that's exactly what I would do. I'll show you what a bad day is, miss. You think you fuck me with your little shit in your little delta over there in the Caribbean? I will give you offensive, not defensive. Oh, you're gonna strike me? We'll see about that one. So he asked for defensive. No, go straight. I want to say Washington, D.C., White House, Barron, Trump, Melania. No, we're gonna spare Melania. For certain reasons I can't disclose here, okay? We're all both on the same page. All right? I would go to Trump, and not Trump, because Trump is just the tool. I would say, I will go for this. They can call me, you're a terrorist, you're this, you're that. They already do it. They say that Maduro is a narco-terrorist. So thank you very much. Let me leave and confirm your assessment. If it's about to be real, then let's be real. I'm not going to say I'm going to attack your military, I'm going to take your military bases, I'm going to... No, I go mean and fucking nasty. But that's me, I know, which I think I fit the definition. Let's move on. According to the newspaper, it's a newspaper, should have been closed a long time ago. Why? Lies all the time. Venezuelan President Maduro sent a letter to Chinese President Xi Jinping requesting radar detectors. Why? Oh my God. And direct citing the escalation within the U.S. Caracas, also reportedly urged Iran to provide radar jamming equipment and drones capable of flying up to 1,000 kilometers, around 600 miles. Oy vey, let's see. Oy vey, will that reach Washington, D.C.? No, it won't. So here is Venezuela. And all right, let me see if I have here 500 miles. 500 miles is from here to about here. Just so you know. So he's not going to hit up to even Florida. He's not going to hit Florida. You don't need to go over there. I tell you where you need to go. You need to go in this area. I'm just saying, in this area right here, and you go to the other guys in Washington, D.C. That's where you need to go. Don't try me with, oh, we're going to get radar and all that. So this is what we're talking about. Venezuela right here. That was right with Trinidad, Grenada, Caracora. What are you here? All right. Let me say, this is Venezuela, obviously. Here is where these guys are trying to attack because of the, drugs. So where they have the Orinoco Basin right here in this area. Boom, boom, boom. It flows right here into the Atlantic Ocean. This is Orinoco coming up. So this is where these guys by Guyana, or Guyana, as someone said, Guyana, fuck off. Here it is, okay? So they want this kind of defensive 1,000 kilometers, around 600 miles. No, give me about 6,000 miles and a few nuclear, give me 3 nuclear submarines. That's what I need. Why? With that one, I can go where the fuck ever I want, all right? And you're not going to detect me, and I can queue up. But hey, it's okay. Right here, let me show you. If Donald Trump has accused Maduro of operating narco-terrorist cartels. So there you go. So what's going on? Venezuelan president asks Putin for military assistance. Washington Post reports. Now, this is the Ukrainska Pravda. They stopped only to Putin. But it's not Putin, it's Xi Jinping as well. And they go down here. Against the backdrop of U.S. military buildup in the Caribbean, Venezuelan president has appealed to Russia, China, and Iran for military assistance. All right, well, what do you think will happen? Why? They have oil, my friends. Judge orders arrest of ex-Green Beret. Where are you going, baby doll? Tied to failed Venezuela ride after court no-show. So this guy, right here, the tough guy right there, he tried to topple a government. And the United States of America is trying to punish him. I don't think they tried to punish him because he tried to topple the government in Venezuela. I think because he failed. That's why I think he is doing that. These guys are doing it. A federal judge in Tampa has ordered the arrest of the former Green Beret accused of plotting to invade Venezuela in 2020 after he failed to show up to court for a hearing on whether he should be taken back into custody for violating the conditions of his pre-trial release. Jordan Gordre, 49, was arrested last year on weapons smuggling charges tied to the failed coup attempt undertaken during the first Trump administration. This is the Bay of Pigs, that's how I see it, from Cuba. He was released after a few weeks in jail when filmmaker Jean Gatien pledged her $2 million Manhattan apartment, $2 million, where the combat veteran was living as collateral for a bond. In testimony this week, Gatien detailed how the 3-year Bronze Star recipient turned abusive, alleging he threatened to harm her and others and sent text messages saying he wouldn't go back to jail. I believe he intends one day to leave this country, Gatien said. He's gonna go to Venezuela. Alright, so now you know. Maybe we can find this Jean Gatien. So we have a face that was abused by Mr. Jordan. Oh, fuck me, Freddy. Let's see. Do we have her? Oh, we have a face of the beauty queen. All right, where are you going? Come. All right, ready? Brace yourselves. It's going to be tasty. 1, 2, 3. Here is Jean Gatien. Is she Gatien? So she loved the Green Beret. You see that mouth? That had a lot of Green Beret in it. So she pledged her freaking $2 million apartment. Jean Gatien was born in 1975, Ontario, Canada. She's not even an American, man. There she is. She was They're crazy, Emil. I don't give a shit. No. There you go. Love is in the air. All right, my friends. Here it is. So the free world will attack Venezuela to plunder its resources. That's all what it is. And I called that in another video. And this is how I will refer to this era, like the dinosaurs era and so on, the gold rush and so on. We're going to call it the resource plundering or plunder era. And the West is trying to plunder everybody else. When I say the West, is the guys in charge of 2 countries mainly, United States of America and England. Not Great Britain, England. When you say Great Britain, I remember how a friend of mine called, his name was Jamie, let's put it this way. He was an English guy. He was making fun of the Scots, Irish, everybody else, Romanians. He used to call me hairy, sweaty Romanian, which is accurate, right? So he was calling me hairy, sweaty Romanian. I like the guy very much. He was an open opportunity insulter, which is he could make jokes and he accepted jokes back on everything. There was no boundary, mama or tata or uncle or dicks. Everything was open and he could take a joke the way he would deliver it. I love the guy. And he used to say this. He was saying a lot of things. He used to stand up on sing, Britannia, Britannia, we civilized the world. All right, and so on. So he was telling me that in I think he was the one who told me, or is it another one? I think he said, when bad things happen to Great Britain or Great Britain does something bad, it's Great Britain. When something good or is successful, it's not Great Britain, it's England. So pay attention to that one. Nowadays, they're very careful with political correctness and inclusion to call it Britain. But that's why I call these guys England, because England is in charge of all of you over there. I know you don't like it, my Scots and my Irish and my Welsh. Okay, I know you don't like it, but you know it's true. Until you really get your independence, you're gonna be under those guys' vassalage. Maybe Maybe not. But hey, I hope you live a good life together with your English friends. It's good to look into history and see how great they did for you, right? Thank you very much for being with me again today. They will attack Venezuela. They need the resources. It's a resource plunder or plundering era, operated by the guys in charge of this planet trying to take control of it with our resources, military, economic, and obviously building things. Why? Without us, what are they going to do? They need our energy like the Matrix. They suck our energy and direct it towards other countries to plunder them. Now is Russia's time, then Venezuela, then China, then everybody else. That's the way it is. Now, I'm not saying the other guys are just poor victims. If they would have the potential, they would do the same thing. Why? We are all God's best creation, after all. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.